Lord will surely bring you out. Good morning. And welcome to the Fall Convocation 2018 at the Interdenominational Theological Center, the signature place for historically black theological education. Amen. We welcome you to our campus. We are very excited that you are here as we convoke this academic year 2018 and 19. We will proceed with the program as printed with one addition. We now invite Dr. Willie Godman, Associate Vice President for Student Support and our chaplain, to share our community concerns, followed by the call to worship, and then we will have the invocation and libation led by Dr. Itihari today.
Good morning, community. Good morning. Please be advised if you're if you think, consider the possibility of you graduating. Okay? What that means is you have completed your first year course. And you have completed your second year course. Okay? And you have a minimum of 60 credits. Okay? Possibly graduating. And you have not done your senior audit, you need to see this law. Amen. Somebody. You need to see this law, and you need to apply for graduation. You just don't assume you graduate. You apply to get everything in order so that you are straight and narrow and on target for this academic year. Amen, somebody. Also, next episode of Back Talk with the Provost will be on Tuesday, September 4th at 12:30 p.m. Streaming live on ITC Facebook page. Dr. Handy's conversation partner will be Dr. Mitzi Smith, Associate Professor of New Testament at Ashland Theological Seminary and author of Womanist Sass and Talk Back. Social Injustice, Intersectionality, and Biblical Interpretation. I'm getting ready to mess up a man. Joining us in chapel today is Dr. Janetta Currington. She didn't hear me mess up her name. Bless the Lord. Who is working with the Democratic Party of Georgia coordinated campaign. While the ITC does not endorse any political candidate, opportunities related to getting out to vote, canvassing, and phone banking are available. Dr. Currington will be with us at times to help us to know when that can happen after the convocation. In the lobby of the chapel, there is a banner that we are inviting students as well as staff and faculty, whosoever will, to join us in committing to a life that is governed by the Code of Ethics of ITC. If you have not read it, it's on the web. Read it so we can govern ourselves accordingly. Amen? Amen. Call to worship. The task of chapel is a place of integration so that we can answer and respond to the concern, Doc, I can't use this at my church. Yes, you can. When you understand function and purpose, you can educate your people to do what God has thus said for them to do. And you might even be surprised that they are already raising the question of you are wrestling. Call to worship. It's a way for us to come together as God's people from different places and perspectives, different kinds of engagements already, where we are called to center. Call to worship. It's where we bring ourselves to a space that has been dedicated for the honor and respect of our God, but also to encourage and strengthen the people of God so that they may do what God has called them to do. Call to worship. It's a way for us to understand our purpose and our direction so that when we leave here, we do not leave idle. We leave with intentionality. We leave with determination. We leave with the empowerment of God that has called us to do the work, and we know what we're doing and why we're doing it. Call to worship. Brothers and sisters, elders and elect, you are being called into this space. Whatever has happened before now, bring it to the altar. Tell God more about it. Whatever's going to happen after you leave this space, begin the conversation already. Whatever is going on with you right now, bring that to this space so that you and God and we can support you in your communion with God so that whatever resolution is necessary, you shall experience. Call to worship. Brothers and sisters, children of God, sisters and brothers of Jesus, you are called to Him. Blessings.
Some of us might be aware of a journey that began this month in Richmond, Virginia, where one of our mothers of womanist thought made her transition from the material world, returning to the spiritual world. And so it is in that space that we, in this convocation, have decided to assist her on her journey now. In the tradition of our ancestors, and in the tradition of your immediate ancestors, we have the practice of when someone transitions, going to the gravesite and bringing artifacts. I don't know, it might have been Nana's favorite pair of shoes. It might have been a favorite teddy bear. It might have been a promise that you made that you determined to let them know you're going to keep. And so you leave a part of your own self. It is the way in which we say to those who are in transition, we are here to assist you on your journey now. The table that you see before you is an ancestral welcome table. And it has been adorned with some of the things that we believe Mama Katie Geneva Cannon is familiar with. And so you see her publications that for many of us in this room, those that are here present today, those who have walked these halls, shook our world, set our path straight. You see the Aquaba fan. Aquaba means welcome. You see the colors of purple. The signature of womanist ideas given to us through the work of Sister Alice Walker, who taught us purple is a color of transformation. Even in our own Christian understanding, purple identifies us in a peculiar way. And so we're not unfamiliar with this, even though we may not know all of the meanings and purposes. But I am certain that in our DNA, our ancestors are pleased. And so we ask that you join us in this invocation, in which we are now going to call upon those who know us, those who have walked with us, those who are not here with you in the material world, yet
They appear to you in your dreams, in your visions, and remind you who you are. And so it is in this spirit that we first call upon the aspect of our Creator as the mothering spirit. Known to us in many names of our ancestors, this is the mothering aspect of God. The one that loves us unconditionally. The one that embraces us. The one that tempers us that we might receive wisdom. And so this blue water represents that aspect of the mothering spirit. And so I invite you in this invocation libation to think right now of those persons, both male and female, who have been the mothering spirit to you.
Yes, yes.
Because the attribute of protection and love and care and wisdom is not relegated to a biological gender. It is a spirit. And so we ask that you join us by calling out the names of those who have been your mothers into the atmosphere right now. And when you say the name, we will say Ashe, which means we're putting all of who we are behind that. Letting those persons that you call upon know we are in agreement. And so we ask right now that you call those names aloud. Ashe. 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 Ashe.
Willie Dale Williams.
Ashe.
Augustine Walton. Charlie Joyce. Aubrey Bradley. Bertha Post. Kay Walton.
Ashe. Ashe.
Addie Barnes.
Ashe. Ashe. And we recognize, Ashe, that the mothering spirit, though loving and kind and gentle, was also that same energy that stood before you and protected you. In fact, with their very lives, they were willing to take the bullet. They were willing to say, no, sir, not today. They were willing to take you down a road when you lack the courage to take yourself. This spirit, known to us in many names of our ancestors, is also part of who God is. The God who is our warrior. The God who shows us truth. The God who gives us the unction to speak that truth. The God who will protect us under all circumstances. You know what that sounds and feels like. The ones in your family who said, they did what? Come on. The ones in your family that said, why is your head down?
Yes.
Look me in the eye.
Yes.
The ones in your family that stood in the lines when law said no. The ones who taught us how to read and write when the law said no. The ones who became comrades against those who had designed to oppress us. The ones who led the battle. Known to us in the many names of our ancestors, this red water represents them. And so now we ask you to welcome them, to acknowledge them in this space. Those that you know would not take nothing off of nobody. And so we call on you now. For in times like this, we need you more than ever. Call on those who were fearless in your life, in your family's life. Ashe. 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 Ashe.
RCTH Club.
Ashe. Ashe.
April Jordan.
Ashe. Ashe. Ashe.
Alfonso Carter.
Ashe.
Richard Walton.
Ashe. 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 What Mama Katie taught us, what Alice Walker taught us, what the names that we have called taught us, is that when you put love and fight together, something different happens. You create purple. Purple is not an adjective, it's a verb. It took purple for men to come into this location and say, even though we were not given access somewhere else, we're going to create a space in which the experience of African people and their God is in the center. That's purple. When women come into a space and women say, we'll do it, we've got it, go do what you need to do, we will hold this down, that's purple. When we come against those forces that will try to deny us opportunity, access, try to get us to be something other than ourselves, that's purple. Purpling is transformation. It means you take the best of what's been given to you and you change things. ITC, we are calling and invoking purpling. Purpling. No matter what it appears, we have on our right the nurturing and love to sustain us, and we have on our left the fight, the will and determination to make it purple, to change. And so as you leave this place today, there is an outside table. And on that outside table, we have purpling for you. That this vessel of purple water, we ask that you take it with you. And there is a card that has the mandate for Mama Katie Cannon. She has charged us in this season of purpling to do the work that our soul must have. To do the work that our soul must have. So I will not be perplexed nor dissuaded, because nothing can come up against us. We call in the name of the Mothering Spirit that rests in our churches today. Maggie Lee Walker, First African Baptist, who started the first bank in this country. We call on you for the determination to see our wealth in spite of our physical situation. We call on Biddy Mason, an enslaved woman who walked 17,000 miles to finally sue her plantation owner, becoming a free woman in Los Angeles who built the city of Los Angeles and First AME Church that stands for a beacon of social justice even on today. And we call on Ida B. Wells, anti-lynching journalists, sued the railroad station because they denied her seat in first class. We call on these mothers who Katie Cannon, Jackie Grant, Dolores Williams, they stand on their shoulders. And so we call on all of those who can assist us in this moment, that we will not be dissuaded, but that we will do the purpling work. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe,
Then for us to stand and sing the great word, to lift every voice and sing.
Greetings. On this day when we have been reminded of our call to purpose, I greet you. I greet you to this convocation, which marks the official academic beginning of a new academic year. I greet you Because wherever you are from, whatever your story, we are one. If you are in this place on this day, you are here because you belong here. We do not greet you as a stranger. We greet you as part of our family.
Amen.
But we greet you to extend to you a challenge that as we gather today for worship, that we will not be satisfied with praise and singing only,
My Lord.
but that we will leave this place recommitted and renewed
Amen.
to the work of purpose. That we might make a difference
Yes, sir. Yeah.
in our communities, in our homes, in our churches, in our world. At a time when the ugliness of division is all around us. At a time when words that used to be so taboo would never have been uttered in public. At a time when even just disrespect of fallen heroes is acceptable to so many. I invite you not to be satisfied with the status quo. I invite you to be the best of ITC. So that this world
Yes, sir. Yes,
will
sir.
be purple
Yes, sir.
beginning today.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Thank you, President Wheeler. This is now our opportunity to pass the peace in our own way. Harambe is the key Swahili word that means pull it together, or to bring all things together. And so occasionally here in the ITC Chapel, we take out a little time to engage in Harambe. We're going to take 120 seconds to greet our sisters and brothers in the love of Christ. Amen? And so we ask that as Dr. Lisa Allen McLaurin plays us some Harambe music, that you stand and reach your neighbor to your right and your left and pass the peace. Please be with us.
What's
Dr. Ken Walden, President Dean, Gammon Theological Seminary.
Amen.
Shout out. Do not hold back. Lift up your voice like a trumpet. Announce to my people their rebellion, to the house of Jacob their sin. Yet day after day they seek me and delight to know my ways, as if they were a nation, practiced righteousness, and did not forsake the ordinance of their God. They ask me of righteous judgments. They delight to draw near to God. Why do we fast, but you do not see? Why humble ourselves, but you do not notice? Look, you serve your own interests on your fast day.
That's right.
And oppress all your workers. Look, you fast only to quarrel and to fight, and to strike with a wicked fist. Such fasting as you do today will not make your voice heard on high. Is such the fast that I choose a day to humble oneself? Is it to bow down the head like a bulrush and to lie in sackcloth and ashes? Will you call this a fast, a day acceptable to the Lord? Is not this fast that I choose to loose the bonds of injustice, to undo the thorns of the yoke, to let the oppressed go free, and to break every yoke? Is it not to share your bread with the hungry and to bring the homeless poor into your house? When you see the naked, to cover them, and do not hide yourself from your own kin? Then your light shall break forth like the dawn, and your healing shall spring up quickly. Your vindicator shall go before you. The glory of the Lord shall be your rear guard. Then you shall call, and the Lord will answer. You shall cry for help, and God will say, here I am. If you remove the yoke from among you, the pointing of the finger, the speaking of evil, if you offer your food to the hungry and satisfy the needs of the afflicted, then your light shall rise in the darkness, and your gloom be like the noonday. The Lord will guide you continually and satisfy your needs in parched places, and make your bones strong. And you shall be like a water garden, like a spring of water, whose water never fails. Your ancient ruins shall be rebuilt. You shall rise up the foundations of many generations. You shall be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of the streets to live in. If you refrain from the trampling of the Sabbath, from pursuing your own interests on my holy day. If you call the Sabbath a delight and the holy day of the Lord honorable, if you honor it, not going your own way, serving your own interests, or pursuing your own affairs, then you shall take delight in the Lord, and I will make you ride upon the heights of the earth. I will feed you with the heritage of your ancestor Jacob, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken. I have read to you the 58th chapter of the book of Isaiah from the New Revised Standard Version. The word of the Lord is blessed.
The New Testament reading comes to us from the Gospel of Luke, the 4th chapter, starting at the 16th verse. You will find these words. Jesus went to Nazareth, where he had been brought up, and on the Sabbath day, he went into the synagogue, as was his custom. And he stood up to read. The scroll of the prophet Isaiah was handed to him. Unrolling it, he found a place
Help us.
where it
Put it out loud.
Better work that text.
The Spirit of the Lord is upon me. Because he has anointed me to preach the good news to the poor. He sent me. She sent me. God sent me to proclaim the good news, to proclaim the freedom for the prisoner, in recovery for the sight for the blind, to release the oppressed, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. Then he rolled up the scroll. Gave it back to the attendant and sat down. This is the word of God for us, the people of God.
Yes.
It is my blessed task,
Yeah.
and I use the word task loosely. It is my pleasure
Yeah.
to introduce to us one of the greatest men that I know,
Yeah.
in the person of Dr. Daniel
Yeah.
Pierre
Yeah.
Omatosho, Jojo Mike, Black.
Yeah, Baba. Yes.
You have his biography here, printed in the program, and I need not read all of it, and this does not contain all of it. Daniel Black, my friend of 20 years, serves as professor of English and African American Studies right here in the Atlanta University Center at Clark Atlanta University. He is an award-winning novelist, professor, activist, Baba Lau. Without him, many would not survive.
That's true.
He has published 6 novels, including They Tell Me of a Home, The Sacred Place, the well-known Perfect Peace, 12 Gates to the City, the absolutely remarkable The Coming, which is the telling of the Middle Passage, and his last novel, which I look forward to engaging him around on the 3rd episode of Back Talk, Listen to the Lamb.
Yeah.
He has many accomplishments. You see them here written in his bio. The state of Arkansas chose his book as the book for the libraries of the state of Arkansas.
Amen.
Dr. Black, He has also been nominated for the Townsend Literary Prize, the Ernest J. Gaines Award, Pharaoh Brumley Literary Prize, Lambda Literary Award, and Georgia Author of the Year Prize. Dr. Black is a native of Kansas City, Kansas, but spent most of his life in rural Blackwell, Arkansas. I know his people. He grew up on the farm, where his people tilled the land and ate the fruit of the land. He graduated from Clark College, which is now CAU, where he earned the prestigious Oxford Modern British Studies Fellowship. And so he studied at Oxford University in England. He was awarded a full fellowship to Temple University, where he studied with the poet laureate of the Black Arts Movement, Sonia Sanchez, who was on his dissertation committee, as well as Malefi Asante, and earned his PhD in African American Studies. It's wonderful when someone can graduate from an institution and then go back and give back to that same institution. Amen. Dr. Black has been teaching in the Atlanta University Center for 26 years. Since he received his PhD at Temple. Dr. Black is known by many as Baba. Oh, they're in the house. Because 26 years ago, he founded the nation of Ndugu and Nzinga Rites of Passage Society, where many of us are a part and where I proudly was commissioned as an Umi. Most of all, this is just the greatest man that I know. He is one of the greatest people that I know. Dr. Black and I had the pleasure of meeting at First Iconium Baptist Church on Moreland Avenue about 20 years ago when I came to serve as the minister of Christian education, and he was directing the Ethereal Sounds of Praise, a choir that he directed for 23 years. He was also an accomplished pianist and choir director. And he told me that one of the favorite things that he loves is gospel music and fishing. We've been best friends ever since. We have spent many days at the lake, at the pond, pulling out every crappie, every brim, every bass that we can find. But most of all, this is my brother. I am so very pleased that he also serves here as an adjunct professor in the spring semester at the ITC.
Amen.
Amen. He has taught the courses, the Bible and African American literature. And last semester he taught a course on James Baldwin in the Black Church. And I'm very excited, Dr. Lovelace, you're hearing this now, as we celebrate the anniversary of the Middle Passage in 2019, 400 years, that Dr. Black will be teaching a course right here at the ITC on the Middle Passage. Amen. I love this brother. I would not have survived without him on any of that. He is my confidant, my friend, my Baba, my colleague, and my peer. I introduce to you a great man. And after the song of Centuring by the choir, the next voice you will hear will be of none other than the great, the inimitable Dr. Daniel Black.
Wow. I asked God what I would say when I rose today, and this is what came to me. A message from the ancestors. Harriet Tubman said, run. Nat Turner said, fight. Serena Lee said, pray. Zora Neale Hurston said, be. Langston Hughes said, read. Fannie Lou Hamer said, stand. Frederick Douglass said, agitate. Martin Luther King said, march. Malcolm X said, prepare. Aretha said, sing. Sojourner said, declare. James Cleveland said, God is. The church deacon said, said dance. The Ma'afa ancestors said resist. Emmett Till said don't forget. James Baldwin said right. Benjamin Elijah Mays said think. James Cone said revive. Nanny of the Maroon said you better watch out. Tucson's Overture said get ready, get ready. W.E.B. Du Bois said study. Ida B. Wells said publish. Hattie McDaniel said act but don't fool. Rosa Parks said sit down. Shirley Chisholm said stand up. Maya Angelou said speak. Martin Garvey said go. Fred Scott said believe. Thurgood Marshall said adjudicate. Medgar Evers said live. Jesse Owens said sprint. Richard Pryor said yes. Richard Allen said build. Satchel Paige said win. Mary McLeod Bethune said learn. Josephine Baker said bam. Ella Baker said gather the people together. Kwame Ture said I ain't never been your nigga. Arthur Ashe said sing your own praises. Althea Gibson said your day shall come. Marian Anderson said it's my turn now. Dorothy Dandridge said be classy about it. Octavia Butler said black futurism. Charles Drew said the blood, the blood, the blood. Lorraine Hansberry said use your imagination. Ray Charles said come rain or shine. Nat King Cole said we are inseparable. Catherine Dunham said choreograph people. Mary Church Terrell said come sisters come. David Walker said it's time for battle. John Coltrane said me, Miles, and Monk. Duke Ellington said we are jazz people. James Weldon Johnson said lift every voice and sing. Jimi Hendrix said rock music is our music too. B.B. King said the thrill is gone. Michael Jackson said don't stop till you get enough. Prince said it's time for purple rain. August Wilson said tell the story. Big Mama said mind your manners. Paul said pretty is as pretty does. Dorothy Height said organize. Septima Clark said teach. Booker T. Washington said do it yourself. Madam C.J. Walker said black is beautiful. Amiri Baraka said don't apologize to nobody. Hank Aaron said if I can do it, you can do it. Paul Lawrence Dunbar said take that mask off. Ralph Ellison said no more invisibility. Phyllis Wheatley said trick the bastards. Audrey Lorde said silence will kill you. Gwendolyn Brooks said in the beginning was the word. Lena Horne said stormy weather is a-coming. Billie Holiday said your blues ain't like mine. Muhammad Ali said float like a butterfly, but sting like a bee. Mahalia Jackson said my soul looks back and runs. Those who jumped into the Atlantic Ocean said God is going to trouble the water. Charles Harrison Mason said yeah. Bishop Henry McNeil Turner said there is a bomb in Gilead. Jesse Coleman said I believe I can fly. Wilbur Rudolph said run and never get tired. Daisy Bates said it shall all be worth it all. Tupac Shakur said keep your head up. Biggie said I'm sorry brother man. Whitney Houston said I will always love you. And Katie Geneva Cadden said here am I. I fought the good fight. I finished the course. I kept the faith. And together the ancestors say to you, Be leaders for life. Give everything you have. Trust God and yourself. And whatsoever you do, stop sleeping in the pulpit.
As we were coming out of the executive cabinet meeting in the president's conference room, I looked at my phone and I had a call from Dr. Marcia Riggs, J. Erskine Love Professor of Christian Ethics, Womanist Ethicist at Columbia, saying her brother passed away that morning. She was scheduled to be our speaker on today. As she stands in the water of Cape County, in womanist ethics. But God had another plan.
I know. Yeah.
I called Dr. Wheeler and I said, I don't have a convocation speaker. Dr. Riggs' brother passed away this morning and she needs to leave town today. And it was President Wheeler that said, what about Benjamin Black? And I said, you're right. He was at Temple with Dr. Campbell.
Amen.
And studied with Dr. Campbell.
Oh, yes.
Dr. Black, you were the one. The messenger to the message from the great cloud. And when there's so much in that aggregation that's already been said, then we can say it just enough. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Minister Esty, I asked in my prayer for this convocation that God would send the flow to this place. Yes. ITC, we are in the room of the flow of the Spirit. Let's stay in the river when we leave. Take the river with you everywhere you go. And hear the voices of these ancestors and all that they have to say to us. If we just do what they've already said, Everything else will be all right. We now receive the benediction from Dr. Livonia McIntyre, Director of Ministry in Conference.
In the space of my ancestor, the Reverend Leon C. Kess Jr.
Yeah.
We give you this blessing. May the God bless you with discomfort and every easy answer, have true and superficial relationship, so that you may live deep within your heart. May God bless you with anger and injustice, oppression, exploitation of people, so that you may work for justice, freedom, and peace. May God bless you with tears to shed for those who suffer pain, rejection, starvation, and war, so that you may reach out your hand to comfort them and in turn their pain into joy. And may God bless you with enough foolishness to believe that you can make a difference in the world, so that you can do what others claim that you cannot do.
Yes,
Amen.